All right, Lil Nas X said F the kids. He said F them kids. My shoe game. Well, Young Dro said F them kids. But let's talk about it. He was on the Breakfast Club, man, and hold on. So he was like, he said basically F them kids. And my thing is, he got a right to say whatever he want to say, honestly, man. And he basically was responding to, I'm not saying this right, he basically responding to the parents. Me and Mag, I guess having, I guess he responded to the parents having issues with, his sexuality and stuff. And him with the human blood and the Nike Air Maxes that they, he's third party did and all that. Basically he bought some Air Maxes. If you don't hear the story, he bought some Air Maxes, and the third party basically put some blood in the paint or whatever was in the shoe, in the bubble, and people got an issue with that and said it was, he had some type of, they was called the Devils or whatever the hell it was. They had some affiliation with Satan. It was something like that, and it was something like that, and a lot of people was mad that he had did that, man. And I wasn't surprised. Remember I had this conversation with my homie. He was like, well, I'd rather my son listen to Lil Nas X than listen to that gangster stuff. And I said, you just don't know what that song's about. Good dude, but I guess the song went over. The song went over a lot of people's heads. I had to actually listen to it. I'm like, man, I'm listening to it, and I'm like, man, all of a sudden he talking about riding a horse. And I'm like, oh, he ain't talking about riding no horse. He talking about something else. I just leave it at that. So I peeped game, but he basically was talking about, F the kids because he was like, well, I didn't mean to say that. But he basically said F the kids because the parents had an issue with his sexuality and some of the things he was doing. Right? Parents, the first thing they do is going to protect. And he basically was pretty much responding to the parents. He was like, F the parents, they always got concerns and this, that, and the third. And he didn't want to be responsible for his actions. He didn't want to be a role model. All of that, I don't think he intended that. I don't think he intended for the song to attract kids. But I'm pretty sure Yellow Beezy didn't count on, That's On Me, Baby, to be a kid's song. I guarantee you he didn't count on that to be a kid's song. But it was. You didn't hear him saying that, I ain't responsible for this, that, and the third. But that's the game. Charles Barkley said, I'm not a role model. And people got on Charles Barkley. And people said, well, I remember I worked out with a dude. He said that he was tired of Tim Tebow because the media kept pushing Tim Tebow, and I want my son to be like me and not like Tim Tebow. Well, he just got an issue with Tim Tebow just being pushed. And some of the stuff they, commentators said about Tim Tebow. I don't want, so you got some people that don't want people on TV to be their kids' role models. But sometimes it just happen that way. And you do got a responsibility if you gonna say, I know he didn't really mean it, but he said it and people gonna say he meant it. I think he just meant that he didn't want to be responsible. But with that being said, you got a responsibility to the black community to take responsibility for your actions. On how you move. You can say you don't want to be responsible all you want to. You can say that. I'm cool with that. But the question is, you're responsible for your actions. You're responsible for your actions. You're responsible to keep the black community at a certain level. And if you didn't want to be responsible, move on. Now people saying, him being gay might be an act. It's not. I remember he first came out with that song, and I wanted to see, what other songs he had. He had a few other songs. He had one where he was like at a funeral, so it was pretty good. Cause I wanted to see like, when him mix the country, was that his style, or did he try something else and he just found the formula? He found the formula. But people in his other videos was saying, or that he was gay before he came out, and he said, you need to come out, this, that, and the third. So that's kind of when I started looking at that song funny. Because you research them, and to the parents, it's all up to you to research. It's no longer go to the library. Everybody got phones. Everybody got computer, internet, Wi-Fi. If you don't, you go to McDonald's. It's up to y'all to do y'all research on these people. It's easier now more than ever. But that's when I started looking at it. So basically, I was like, okay, this song's straight. I was like, man, he came out of nowhere. Let me go research. So I started looking up some of his songs, and under his comment section on Twitter, whatever, they asked him to come out the closet. Why you ain't coming out? I thought it was a joke or some shit. But I heard and it dawned on me. I'm at the gym. I'm like, okay, they playing a song at the gym. I'm like, okay. And it dawned on me what the song really was about. So that's how I put two and two together. Just by researching, it just clicked in my head. But at the end of the day, you owe a responsibility to your community and to your people. You owe responsibility, and all of us do. We the only community that's not like that. You know, we the only community that don't. We got away from building a village. When we were segregated, we held each other accountable. We gotta hold each other accountable, man. We need to get back to a village raising kids. But that was just frustration from him. What's this kid? Hold on, let me see how old this kid is. He ain't old at all. That's just frustration. With all that money and fame come more problems. More money, more problems. We talked about that in the A-Con. He's 22 years old. At 22-year-olds, when I've been able to deal with the skepticism and the backlash, and you get all that money, you get the backlash. That's why I'd rather be wealthy without the fame. You know, if I gotta take the fame with the wealth, cool. I'm gonna move silent. I'm gonna move different. I don't want the spotlight. I ain't come on YouTube to get the spotlight. I ain't come on YouTube to be a celebrity. I don't come on YouTube to get women. I just come on YouTube because I love sports. From the day I came out the womb, I love the sports. Real talk. I was like, man, hey, why not just talk about sports? I didn't think I was gonna be able to be make it this far, which, you know, I'm fighting the powers that be. You know, but I mean, it is what it is. But my whole thing too is, you owe responsibility to your people. You owe responsibility to your family. Do I have a problem with him being gay? No, I don't care. I don't care. But people got a problem with him going on stage and doing certain things and how he carrying it. So then again, don't have your kids watching the BET Awards. And I was 10. I ain't start watching BET Awards and award shows like that until I was a kid. I was watching what was the singer show they had that Fantasia and Kelly Clarkson got discovered off? American Idol. I was watching American Idol. You know, I wasn't watching BET Awards, this, that, and the third. Not till I became a teenager or whatever awards, some source awards. Have your kids watch kids' stuff. That's to you. If you can't monitor essentially what your kids doing, they don't need to be listening to it and looking at it. You know, you mad at him, but your kids, if your kid 10, 11, shit 12 and under, as a teenager, I understand, because you're starting to get into girls, you're starting to get into fashion, you're starting to care about what you look like, and your mom ain't buying your clothes, you want to go to the store and pick out your own clothes, your mom, I get that. You want it to fit and wear a certain way, I get that. But if you still a child, your child shouldn't be allowed in the BET Awards, maybe listening to some rap music, whatever or he want to listen to, country music, cool. But, you know, you should be able to censor what your kids watching. Most of y'all don't censor y'all kids' phones. We talk about censor your kids' phones, and some of the stories that I heard about kids' phones, kid won't have a phone until he go to high school. It's going to be censored. You know? So y'all talking about, I think the bigger problems here is you not being able to censor what your kids do. Don't get mad at the problem when you can remove the problem. It's removable. It's interchangeable. Just like with this camera, I could turn it to dark mode. I could do all types of stuff. It has different modes. You know? You can censor, if you can't censor what your kids doing, they don't need to be watching it. They don't need to be involved with it. Don't make Lil Nas X the immovable problem. He's not that's a immovable problem. That's the word. He's a problem that can be removed. And if you can't censor what a kid can do, then we have a bigger problem. Then we talking about all these weirdos on these sites and stuff. We have a bigger problem. Am I supporting what he's doing and what he said? Absolutely not. All the shows and the stuff that he doing on the shows, yeah, I see where Boosie coming from. You know, I don't want my kid, but my kid at 10, 9, 8, 12, 11, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shouldn't be watching the freaking award show. They shouldn't. Be kids. Watch Caillou. Watch SpongeBob. You know? Watch SportsCenter if you want to. Watch Wolverine, X-Men. Watch Paw Patrol. What else you got? Watch Kung Fu Panda. Dragon Ball Z. Johnny Quest. I know they don't watch that no more. Speed Racer. I know they watch Play the Game. You know, you want to know why your kids like guns and they playing Call of Duty and they learning about, you know, modding it and putting the muzzle on it and 3-shot bursts and how the AK kick. That's too much. Censor Call of Duty. They should be playing Madden, basketball. That's cool. You know, they should be playing kid games or Ratchet and Clank and Crash Bandicoot. That's a kid should deserve to be a kid. They shouldn't have to grow up no faster than they could. They should. Y'all give y'all kids too much free reign, too much do whatever they want. That's why they talk the way they talk and talk back. When you get your little girlfriend or boyfriend, that's why they don't want to stick around and they dip. Because your kids don't have no manners. You let your kids grow up too fast. You let them start cussing. And my number one thing is when I go over to somebody's house and they smoking weed in the house and the kid is right there and they get mad when the kid grew up and start smoking weed. That's my number one pet peeve with people, with black people. You go and you can't tell people what to do with their house and their kids and what to smoke. That's my number one pet peeve. And the judicial system have never understood where black criminals that come in the courtroom, how they never had a chance. Never. You know, if I go to my friend crib, guess what? My mama say cool, they cool. Guess what? Ain't gonna be no smoking around there. If they smoke, they gonna go to the car or something. They have the same principles that I had, or a cousin house, and they don't. I'm not going back over there. You know, y'all let y'all kids decide when they sleeping over, when they come in late in the school night, when they, you know, you don't know their homework, you don't know what their grades is. There's a lot of parents in the dark. People say, "Well, I'm a single parent and I don't." Well, shit, you should have got with somebody that's gonna be involved in your kid's life. We past blaming being single parents. Now, if it's a death for somebody, I understand, definitely. We passed that. We're going back to the 80s and 70s and after. And before, and during segregation, we dealt with teenage births and all that stuff. Your daughter or your son should know not to, it's going to mess your life up. It's a known fact right now with social media and so many people going through it. So, my thing is, this is not an immovable object. This is a variable that can't be removed. And if you can't remove this variable out your kid's life, shame on you. If you can't censor your kids' technology, what they watch, what they listen to, who they be with, we have a bigger problem than Lil Nas X. Our problem is bigger and bigger than Lil Nas X. So that's my biggest issue in what he said. He can say F the kids. That's wild. That's cool. Let's talk about the real issue. Can we remove Lil Nas X and Mr. F the kids out? And if you can't censor out your kids' life and you can't tell them to understand what's going on, we got a bigger issue. But overall with him, I'm not surprised. At 22 years old, you got a lot of pressure, you get a lot of blame before you able to even know what being an adult is, before you able to drink an alcoholic beverage at 22 years old, before you able to enjoy life. I remember they showed that Michael Jordan was a freshman. He was a rookie coming out of North Carolina, and he didn't even drink alcohol. He didn't even drink alcohol. His favorite drink, they said on The Last Dance, was 7-Up and orange juice. And he was 21 years old. And he didn't drink alcohol at that point in his career. You know, at the end of the day, you gotta look at it from his position. Is he really? People say he ain't really gay. He gay. It is what it is. People don't fake being gay. As a man, once you gay, in everybody's eyes, for the most part, you gay. As a woman, women got so many benefits. You can go from being gay Tuesday, straight Wednesday, back gay Saturday, Monday, you straight again. You can do that as a woman. Okay, that's just one of the downfalls of being a man. There's plenty of upsides to being a man. You get multiple women pregnant at the same time. You don't have to carry for 9 months. You naturally, most cases, bigger, stronger, faster, more athletic. Most of the cases, cool. But they got a lot of stuff going for them too. So I really don't have. I'd have an issue. I don't really have an issue with the message. I have an issue with y'all not being able to censor him. Now his sexuality is what it is. It's becoming normal. That's a totally different thing to talk about. It's a different subject that I'm not gonna talk about. Maybe if some people support, if I start a Patreon again, y'all support it, or I go to Instagram and talk about it, I probably give some private platform. That's cool. But my thing is, parents complaining. How can we complain? If we complain about living in my house, right? It's leaking and shit, man. And I can break my lease, or y'all can walk away from my mortgage, or whatever, and I can sell the equity in the house, whatever, and I can walk away from that. Why wouldn't I walk away? If I have $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 to move in a better house, only thing that stops me from moving in a better house and complaining about it is being lazy. So either if we have the resources to move on, or you have the control and the sensory to move on, and we not moving on, the parents are just lazy. Instead of fighting with that kid that's 22 years old who don't even know what life is, let's remove him out. Let's hurt him with his pocket stop. Let's stop listening to him. Let's not give him the viewership or the listening ear. Let's remove this very movable object out from being a popular reference, of being a popular public figure and being a popular artist. If our kids don't listen, that's probably like 70-80% of his fan base. So I'm tired of people crying and complaining and protesting about stuff. Let's just stop wearing it. Let's stop eating there. Let's stop, swimming there. Let's stop getting a hotel room there. Let's stop buying lip balm there. And that go for black businesses too. If I don't like what they doing in the black businesses, or white businesses, or whatever business, and they ain't, doing right, I'm gonna move on. We have the power to move on. We have the power. If we stop buying Microsoft computers, if we stop buying PCs, and everybody bought Macintosh or Apple, Microsoft would be no more. The people have the power. When you talk about other things that's going on, the people have the power. The people are the military. The people are the front line warrior. We are the police. We are the Green Berets. We are the firefighters. So everybody got power, but you know what? We divided up. And I think in this situation, it's divided up. You got some parents that say, you know what? Lil Ashley ain't listen to him. You got some other parents, oh, Brandon ain't listen to him no more. You got some other parents, I don't care. I'm going to complain and not care. So a lot of different variations of it. But hey, it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. I do appreciate you guys for coming on and being here with me. If you want to make a financial donation, Cash App CJGood313, Venmo CJGood313, PayPal link, all that in the description. The best way you can donate, if you can't financially donate, to the congregation, to brethren, I'm talking shit, man. Best way to donate, man. Thumbs up, share the video, subscribe to the channel, man. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Facebook group, all my social media links in the description as well too. If you want to advertise on the channel, video request, chop it up, going through something, you got a question. I remember I made a comment, it's probably like before my channel got hacked. Yeah, it's definitely before my channel got hacked or something like that, and maybe after. But a lady reached out to me, right? She had a question. She said, well, why can't two women raise a masculine man? I'm paraphrasing. It was something along that lines. And I answered her. So if you got a question or issue, I'm not going to say F you. Now, if you come with me on that bull job, you're going to get cussed out. If you come with me with respect and you respectful, you got to, like she was, I answered her question. We was good. So it is what it is. Check the news entertainment playlist out. Current news playlist out. Peace. Hey, you. Yeah, I'm talking to you. You right there watching this video, waiting for this live stream to start, or just watching the membership video, man, and why you should join the membership. Let's talk about it real quick, expeditiously. We got the 3 levels. You got the rookie level, you got loyalty badges, you got custom emoji badges, and you have members on the live stream. As we get more people flowing in to join the membership, I have members only live chat. That means everybody can see the video that want to see the video, but only members will be able to chat. That's $3. That's a rookie. The All-Star, you get personal shout outs before the videos, maybe after the video, mostly likely before the videos. You give a priority to reply in the chat. So as soon as I see you, I reply before anybody else. Get early access to pretty much all my non-boxing videos there, $10 a month. Then we got the boxing pound for pound superstar for all my boxing boys and gals out there. Get early access to prediction and most of our boxing content, virtual video collaborations and open debate. So, if you want to pre-record or go live and debate me for a whole video, you got early access to new videos, some of the videos in the All-Star as well too, and priority reply in the comments. So I see in the comments you get priority reply. Instantly that's $20 a month. So let me know what you guys think. Don't have a Patreon no more, so here's where you're gonna get some of that exclusive content I used to have on the Patreon. Peace.